What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Idols to Rivals podcast. If you're new here, this is a podcast I record every Wednesday. My name is Jack Hummell, at Jack Hummell on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Pretty much everything is at Jack Hummell. But like I said, it's a podcast I record every Wednesday. Normally, I have a co-host and we film it on Zoom. So if you want to look up Idols to Rivals on YouTube, you'll see the video version, my personal favorite. It's also uploaded to Spotify, Apple Music, Android, Google Play, all that good stuff. If you have an Android, I don't know who has an Android, but like I said, normally I have a co-host here. I did about 40 episodes alone by myself, and then I had a co-host. Switched it up. I've had a few people come on here before. I did an interview 2 episodes ago, which I absolutely loved. So more of those will be coming soon. But everyone that I would have on here as co-host, people are traveling, people are in different cities at the moment. So unfortunately, no co-host, but we're back to that kind of setup that I said. If you want to go back, this is episode number 63, actually, I believe it is. But if you want to go back and watch all the episodes beforehand, this is kind of how it was. This was just me getting some ideas off my chest. This was me talking about things that I've seen during the week, things that I've learned, stuff that I got from other people that I thought could be passed on, could be shared. And this was one of the reasons this podcast is the way it is. It's the reason that it was named Idols to Rivals. Was years back, I had heard work so hard until your idols become your rivals. And that was such a groundbreaking thought for me. That was a different way to think about things. And there was, I think growing up, especially my age, I'm 24 years old. It was, you only saw people that you looked up to normally on a TV screen. So there was no Instagram, there was no Twitter where you could actually talk to these people. It was, for me, it was, Peyton Manning, or back in the WWE days when I was obsessed with WWE, it was John Cena. And it was, I would see these people once a week. I'd look at them, they do something amazing. And then I never see anything about them again. Yeah, there was press conferences. Yeah, there was other stuff involved, but it was never how it was now. You can literally go on your phone and tweet the person that you look up to the most, the person that you're learning from, anybody. You can get a mentor, you can get a job, you can get an internship from anyone in the world. And that's one of the things I absolutely love about how crazy this world is and how connected it is. Yeah, there's a lot of hate on things that come along with it. I think being retrospective is one of the positives of it, but counter to that, I think it also, people can be too connected. People cannot not spend time going inward. It's always out. It's always, okay, let's watch the new Netflix series, which I know I'm big on, is, getting addicted to a Netflix show or a movie that you love or anything like that. And that escapism can turn into things that, could torture you, could screw with you mentally, whether it be liking people's Instagram photos and thinking, damn, they live the best life. And I'm not going to name any names, but what kind of prompted me on this subject was there was someone I followed on Instagram, kind of looked up to them, was jealous of their lifestyle, I guess is the only word I could think of. And they posted something recently that they've been having, medical troubles that you don't see. And they've been saying, hey, this has been going on for months. I've been posting old pictures. People are saying, wow, I'm glad you're healthy again. I'm glad, you're traveling the world. You're in Mykonos, you're in Bali, you're doing all this stuff, eating crazy food on mega yachts. It's stuff like that. And the person posted, no, like, I've been in a hospital bed for a month. I can barely walk to the bathroom. I can barely walk, out in the hallway to get a nurse. And this is somebody who's my age, and putting that into perspective of, seeing photos, being jealous, like, oh, I wish I was on a mega yacht or jet skiing in, Cabo San Lucas. So that connection of seeing people at their best, seeing people at their highest, is something that can take a toll on people, especially people that are growing up. I think it's a little bit different with, people that are, established, people that have a family, people that are secure with their unit. A lot of us are still figuring out who our friends are, who the people that we're going to know forever. A lot of us still don't know, who you're going to marry, or who, if you're not into that, who you're going to be with the rest of your life. People, some of us have kids in this age bracket, some of us don't. And I think it getting so popular, and by it I mean social media, I think with it getting so popular at such a young age for a lot of us, and I think most of the people that listen to this are either my age, my friends, people that I know, or friends of friends. And we kind of got it super early on. And even now it gets younger and younger and younger. And I have a cousin who's 10 years younger than me, and he's been on an iPhone since he was 3. He learned how to use an iPhone before he could talk, which is kind of wild when you think about it. He has access and can use, to an extent, a device that could connect you to everything, and has all of human knowledge that we've ever known our entire lives in the palm of his hand. And yet he can't communicate. He can't make sounds. that other humans can understand, because he just hasn't grown. He hasn't developed that yet. It's wild to think about. And like I said, going back to people seeing social media and people seeing everyone at their best, it can be really, depressing to look at. Damn, I wish I was doing this. Oh, I'm working 9 to 5, because it seems like nobody's working a 9 to 5. It seems like nobody's working, nobody's grinding, but there are a lot of people behind the scenes that are doing it. And those are the people that this podcast is for. And those are the people that I'm trying to, create a community of with this podcast, with everything else that I do, is getting people that are, behind the scenes grinding. And every time I see that, and I encourage you to do the same thing. Every time I see it, whether it be a friend, whether it be someone that I've bumped into, someone that I know, one of my friends, cares about, I'll reach out and be like, I see what you're doing. You're killing it. My buddy, Tim Q Basic, he took some photos of Donda at the Donda listening party, and we'll get into that later, but amazing photographer, absolutely amazing. And it's just like, I reached out, even if it's just, even if it's just a like, or even if it's just a comment like, hey, you're killing it. That's what I do. I love doing that, because that's what I know. That's what I love. I love when someone's like, oh, you made a great video. Oh, I loved the podcast. Even one person, you could have 10 people listen to it, and one person tells you it's good. It's going to make you want to make 50 more. It's going to make you want to record a podcast that you haven't done solo in 3 months, and just hit record and know that it's going to be what it's going to be, but you're going to try. You upgraded things. If you're watching on the video version, we now have a background. This was copied directly from the Cruise Control podcast, and I think it makes everything look a lot better. But if you're on the audio version, it's just basically the wallpaper of the audio green screen behind me. Zoom technology is just absolutely fucking killer. But the whole cheering other people on, cheering people on that are doing it, that are getting after it, because when you're doing it, when you are achieving what you want to achieve, or even when you're not, that one person that you maybe bumped into at a college party 6 years ago comments something like, hey, I see you, you're killing it. Just know that I see you. Even if you're never going to text that person, even if you're never going to call that person, they're not going to hang out. They're not coming to your wedding. They're not meeting your kids. Having that little spark, even if it's a random person, even if it's, Joe Blow 59 on Instagram saying, hey, I love this photo. It's what people need, especially in the beginning, especially when people are grinding and nothing's working. You put out your art, no one's buying it. Or I don't know, you make videos, no one's watching it. You make a podcast, no one's listening to it. Whenever you're creating and you don't know if it's the right thing to do, and a lot of people are telling you it's not, a lot of people are telling you, yeah, that's cute and all, but it's never really going to turn into anything. Having that little spark, having that little motivation, I think is huge. And I don't think enough people do it. I think a lot of people, I'm not here to, hate on people. I'm not here to shit on society and all that, because I don't believe that. I think people are great. I think people really care about each other. And I'm done with all that negative bullshit about, oh, well, everyone's tearing each other. I don't believe that at all. Anytime I talk to people, at least people I surround myself with, everyone is always like, yeah, fucking Kelly's killing it, or Bob is getting after it. He's doing super well. But I don't think people say it enough to people's face. I don't think people comment. I don't think people call people. I don't think people text people going, hey, I see you, you're killing it. You may have been struggling on getting an acting gig, but as soon as you got one, hey, congrats. That's it. It doesn't need to be anything more. It doesn't need to be anything less. It doesn't need to be this big thing. But at least in my circles that I run around with, people love cheering people on. We live in this world of Twitter fingers and talking shit all the time behind a computer screen, behind a camera, whatever it may be, behind a keyboard. But that's not real life. Real life is people cheering people on. Real life is going, oh, you see somebody sees your friend killing it, and you're like, yeah, that's my friend. You're the first one to be like, yeah, I know them. They're great at whatever it is they're doing. But I just don't think it gets relayed back to that person. I don't think it gets relayed back to, oh yeah, Kevin's new post was insane. It was so sick. Yeah, I saw it yesterday. It was crazy. Why don't you cheer him on? Why don't you go, hey, awesome, keep doing it. Oh, you landed that new trick wakeboarding? That's fucking killer. Can't wait to see you compete. Oh, you took a fire picture of a yacht? Awesome. That's great. You learned how to sail? Sweet. You won a typing competition? Fucking get after it. It's gonna be great whenever you're blogging at CNN or New York Post or whatever it may be. I don't think it gets relayed enough back to the person doing it, to the person, putting their effort into the person trying. Because like I said, I'm not butt into this whole everybody sucks. Everyone's trying to tear each other down. Everyone's trying to fucking knock each other's building down. I don't believe that. Not one bit. unless I'm super blessed, which I know I am, and surround myself with the right people, which I'd like to think that, the very select group of people that I surround myself with, it is gassing each other up. It is having fun. It is positivity and going after it. And I know it can be tough if you're in high school and everyone's, superficial and everyone's this, that. Unfortunately, it stays like that forever. But when you do find the right people and you surround yourself with the right people, it's going to pay off. It'll be great. I don't have drama. I don't have a lot of drama. I can't remember the last time where it was like, you know, Matt and Joe are in a fight and they're pissed off. It's been years. Oh, they're talking shit to each other. Oh, one text me. Yeah, he screwed up. Oh, yeah. No, I hate that kid. Fuck it. I haven't had that in years. Borderline, freshman, sophomore year of college, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So, unless there's just some anomaly and I'm in the 0.001% of people, the world isn't as bad as you think it is. People aren't negative. It's just, send that comment, send that text, give them a call, give them a FaceTime. Hey, I see what you're doing. I love it. I know we can't talk. I know you're busy working, blah, blah. I'm busy too. We got lives. Oh, you got a kid to take care of. Oh, you just got married. You got life. You got a new job. You're moving to a new city. Just say what's up and say, good job. Keep trucking. That's when you need the most. I've said this before in a podcast, and it holds so true, is the time where you need support to keep doing what you want to do, whether it be you're taking a leap of faith with a new job, or, you're starting that blog that you've always wanted to do on cooking. Whenever you need the most support is when it's not going to be there. And I've heard, it's the test of your dreams. Do you deserve to have this dream? Do you deserve to achieve it whenever no one's watching, whenever no one's listening, whenever no one's giving you credit for or praise for what you're doing? You got to earn it. You got to go through it and know that the people I'm talking about, the people that just started a consulting company for marketing. The people that want to be painters on Etsy. Those people in your life, they're in my life. Say good job. Say, hey, listen, I know we haven't talked since high school. I know we haven't talked since middle school, but I see what you're doing and kill it. Oh, you just took a risk and moved to Austin, Texas. Awesome. You're going to love it. Place is sick. Have fun. I'm glad you got after it, because you're going to meet a lot of people along the road, a lot of people that you love, a lot of people that you care about that are going to go, you know what? I'm going to settle. I'm going to sit here forever. This is what I want to do. And that's awesome. And I love that. And I know a lot of people like that are comfortable with being comfortable. And there's nothing wrong with that. And these whole, motivational speakers that are like, oh, if you don't want to be the fucking best of the best, is 0% body fat, making $1 trillion a year, then you're just going to die sad. That's not true at all. Some of the happiest, best people I know that I've learned the best lessons from aren't successful in any means. They're not millionaires. They're not bodybuilders. They're happy. They like being a CPA at ExxonMobil, and they love it. And they have a great family, and their kids are awesome, and they love their wife. Those people will teach you a lot about what happiness is. Those people will teach you a lot about, getting things straight. And obviously having huge goals. I do. I love it. As of right now, that's what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming to exceed and achieve as much as I possibly can, as quickly as I can, doing as much work as I can, because that's what I think the goal is. In 3 years, the goal could be, hey, settle down and have 2 kids and move to Wisconsin, which is never going to fucking happen. I will never live in Wisconsin. Bad example, but that's not the point. The point is things change. The target changes, but have a target, go after it. And when you see people doing the same thing, when you see your buddy DJing at a club, tell them, kill the set, get after it, keep going. Because guess what? I'm going to let you know, you're going to think everyone else is telling them that. They will. Everyone will tell them that whenever things start working. When shit's not working, when you play a venue with 5 people, or you have an art show and no one shows up, or you go down to sell, sell your goods at a I don't know, a fucking farmer's market, and no one comes to your stall, you fail that test. When all that's happening, when you need it the most, it's not going to be there. No one's going to be there patting you on the back. No one's going to be there saying, hey, keep shooting, keep going for it. No one. That's when you need it most, and no one will be there. When things are great, when things are rolling, everyone is going to be telling you, hey, keep going after it. Killer. Loved it. The art's great. The videos are great. Love the podcast. Oh, you're gonna be a great anesthesiologist. You're gonna be a great doctor. Oh, I can't wait till you're a professor at Columbia. When you're already on your way, when you're halfway in the door, everyone's going to say that. Everyone's going to hold it open for you. But it's when you're staying up all night painting, or staying up all night studying for a test, or staying up all night, editing a video, whatever it may be. That's when you're going to need somebody to be on your team, and there's not going to be a lot of them. So if you think for a second people are DMing the people that you see struggling, hey, I'm starting a car washing business. Hey, I'm mowing lawns. I'm trying to start a landscaping business. Hey, I moved to a new city to be an artist, or I moved to a new city and I want to be an actress, or I moved to a new city, left everybody I know, I want to be a CPA. Whenever everything feels like it's falling apart, no one's going to be there. So send that message, send that text, say what's up, say hope everything's good, say I see you doing it. I'm on my grind, you're on yours. Keep doing it. Like I said, this doesn't have to be your best friend. But I know for me, before I started doing it, I always thought, oh yeah, no, like they know they're doing a good job. They know they're killing it. They know that I respect the shit out of them because they're trying something new and they're not going the conventional route. They don't know that. I know for me, like I said, the second I get a text saying, hey, I really love the podcast, keep it up. That changes everything. That changes me sitting in a room, talking to a white wall. It goes from that to going, maybe there is something here. Maybe there's some legs on it. And that could change. You could be one step away from quitting and somebody texts you and goes, no, you're onto it. And then maybe next time they post a photo of their photography, maybe next time somebody sees it that's got some pull in Vogue or GQ, and then boom, it's all different. You're now not an assistant at your local Wells Fargo branch in North Dakota. You're now living in your dream house with your dream family, with your dream car, because someone told you, keep going after it. I see you grinding. I see you going for it. Because not a lot of people will. Not a lot of people are going to go for it. But when you do meet the people that are, cheer them on and bring them on your team and go together, even if it's not, arm's length, even if it's across the country. And like I said, you met this person playing beer pong at a shitty ass fraternity house. If you even just say, hey, listen, keep going, keep doing it, keep killing it. I think creatively, that's a tough thing to do, is go through that grind, go through that earning of the dream, going through that, do you really deserve it? And I think it's part of it. I think it's completely necessary, is going through the dog days of no one's liking your shit, no one's helping you out. I think that's part of it. And that's something you got to learn to enjoy. But like I said, as soon as you reach out, as soon as you tell somebody, hey, this could be something, or I see, that's all you got to say is I see you. That's what I say all the time. I see you grinding. I see you getting after it. I see you killing it. Those are verbatim what I text people, what I DM people on Instagram. And you can ask people, I've done it before. If I've done it to you, let me know. Because when I see somebody selling their earrings that they made on Etsy, because that's their dream product, or that's their dream project rather, because they don't want to be a physical therapist the rest of their life. They'd rather make 40K being an Etsy designer than 60K, 75K being a physical therapist, because it really doesn't make them happy, because they wake up every morning going, fuck, I got to waste 8 hours of my day and count down my day until I can come back and do this. Those beginning months, years, decades, those are when people need it the most. And those when they don't get it. Like I said, they get it. People get the praise when they're halfway in the door to the VIP section. That's it. It's not where I'm on the grind. It's not whenever they're, they're pulling food bills so they can go, invest in copper spoons to turn them into rings. That's when people need support. That's when people need help. That's when people need, encouragement, saying, once again, I'm not saying buy all their products. I'm not saying wrap your whole day around. I'm just saying, hey, I see you grinding. I see you getting after it. I see you putting in the work. That's it. Because they know they're doing it, but they won't let themselves know they're doing it. They're going, oh, I'm going after all this stuff and it's not working. I should just quit. Everyone told me this was dumb. I should just quit. But every single person that I look up to, every single person that I try to learn from, every book that I read, everyone is going to tell you, all right, rewind that. 99% of people are going to tell you what you're trying to do is going to fail. And that is the one thing in everything I've learned from scholars, from people in the past, great military leaders. Doesn't matter if it's an actor, a YouTuber, a scientist, a teacher, a professor, everyone is going to tell you you're going to fail. If you're going outside the box, if you're doing something out of the ordinary, everyone's going to tell you it's going to fail. And those are the people that win. Look at the photo of Amazon that gets popular once every year where it's spray painted fucking Amazon in a one office cubicle. Amazon, 1997, the year I was born. He's now the richest man to ever walk the planet Earth. You think people told him when he was investing, when he was making $200K a year, $150K a year, when he was on Wall Street investing, hey, you should start an online store, whatever what is that in 97? What's an online store? It sells books. It sells used books. Because that's going to make you the richest human to ever walk Earth. No one's going to tell you that. No one's going to tell you it's going to work always, even the ones that are close to you. But they don't know. They didn't get signed up for the dream that you have. You gotta understand that. So don't hold them, don't get mad at them. Respect that. Your parents tell you it's not going to work and they think you're being fucking stupid. It's because they love you. It's because they care about you. And they know that there's going to be struggle and there's going to be pain. That's what you need. That's what you need to grow. Struggle and pain. And that's why a lot of people do it. But a lot of people also just don't want you going after it because a lot of people have already given up. A lot of people have given it 1, 2, 10, 100 tries and failed and gave up. But if you never stop working towards your dreams or your goals, I like the word goals better. I use dreams too much. If you never stop going for your goals, there are only 2 outcomes. You either get your goals and you're happy and you have what you've achieved. You have the body you want. You have the relationship you want. You have the love in your life that you want. You have, financial independence if that's what you want. You live where you want. You wake up every day and go to bed when you want. You make decisions about your life. Or option 2 is you die pursuing everything you've ever wanted. Sounds like a pretty good life to me, rather than counting down the minutes, the hours, the days of doing something you hate because you think it's the right thing because everyone told you, go this way, go straight ahead. Don't turn left, don't turn right, don't look around. Yeah, that stuff looks great, but we have a guarantee of average. Hey, you might fail or you might have everything you've ever wanted. Or if we just go straight and we just keep our head down, I can promise you, 100% guarantee you an average life. I can promise you you'll be comfortable and you'll never have to stretch yourself out. But no, all that stuff, all that great stuff over there. Yeah. No, don't worry about that. Don't look around. Go straight ahead. And I promise you, you'll never have to worry about being great because you'll always be comfortable and you'll always be average. So my recommendation is whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to be a 3rd grade teacher, be the best 3rd grade teacher. You want to be an accountant in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, do it. If you want to be a photographer in DC, do it. You want to sell clothes in Costa Rica, fucking do it. There'll be few people around when you need them in that beginning stages. Once things take off, everyone's going to be around saying, oh yeah, I knew this was going to work out. No, you didn't. I knew this was going to work out. You waited till you saw that it worked. But on that note, I appreciate everybody for listening. Once again, this has been the Idols to Rivals podcast. My name is Jack Hummell, at Jack Hummell on Instagram, on YouTube, all that good stuff. We post these episodes every week, every Wednesday or Thursday, depending on how busy the schedule is, but we get them out. Audio version available on Spotify, on Apple, on Google Play. If you have an Android, update that shit. And video version on YouTube with a new and improved background. I need to get a green screen because it's a little fucked, but it'll work. But I appreciate everybody for listening. If you could share it, that really helps me out. And I just enjoy making these so much. I really do look forward to them. I get nervous every time, but as soon as the mic's on, it's pretty liberating. So hope you guys enjoyed. Get after it. Shooters, shoot and keep shooting and keep shooting and keep shooting. It takes one thing. Takes one shot to land in the world we live in. One post, one video, one podcast, one application, one DM. You could have everything you ever wanted and your kids can have everything they ever wanted. Think about that, get after it, and tell somebody that's getting after it that you see them. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next episode.